you often forget where you're going or where you want to go or the decisions you made to get you where you're at, because it's going to be ugly sometimes. It's going to be tough and challenging sometimes. It's not always going to be pretty. But when you can put your vision down on paper and reread it and reread it and reread it, then you're more likely to have success with that. Welcome back to the Todd Durkin Impact Show. And I am on fire because we've been talking about mentors and mentorships and all the good stuff. And thank you for all the great feedback from last week on part 1 of our mentorships. I shared 7 different mentors of mine and what they've meant to me and some lessons and wisdom learned. So thank you for which ones most resonate with you. If you have not yet listened to that, go back when you're done listening to this, because today I'm sharing my mentors numbers 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, two-parter, and a heaven, and then some at the end. That's right. There's more great content in today's episode, and I'm so fired up to share with you because this has some deep lessons in it. My friends, let's go to today's episode right now. All right, number 8, Dave Ramsey. Yep, that man, Dave Ramsey. I studied Dave and with Dave, for several years, 2010 through 2 or 3 years in, and really read all his books and really dove in on all aspects of that and consider some of the wisdom that I gleaned from him as very, very valuable. Here's a few of the things that I would say from Dave Ramsey that you could potentially benefit from as well. Number 1, tell your team your vision and mission 21 times because it doesn't sink in till after the 21st time. I was like, wait, what? Did they get it after 1 or 2? He's like, no, you got to keep telling them over and over and over and over and over and over again. So keep telling people until they say, I'm sick and tired of hearing the mission and the vision on that. And then you can then deliver your mission and vision. Slow and steady wins in business. The most successful business owners continue to read, learn, and personally grow. So what are you reading? How are you learning? And how are you personally growing these days? What are you committed to? What programs are you involved with? Listen, if you're not involved in any, I want to invite you right now. Be part of my mastermind program. It's a personal growth and business development program for you that we have 12 months a year. We have retreats. We have monthly calls. Be part of that. But when Dave talks about learning and personally growing, if you're not already part of a program and you're like, man, I need a little jump start. I need a kickstart. I want to be around other smart people. We have some really smart people in that group, and I would love to share that with you. He also says it's critical that your business operates with soul. Like, so good. So good. It's so good. Yeah. So how do you exemplify soul in your business, regardless of what your business is? I really resonate with that. You're entitled to nothing. If you're happy, notify your face. Right now, if you're happy, notify your face, meaning smile, laugh. It feels really good to smile. Even when you don't feel like smiling or you don't feel like laughing, we had to do this forced laugh for like 30 seconds because why? There's actually hormones that are released. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins that are released when you smile and laugh. So laugh more. Really good. Procrastination can be avoided by setting a self-imposed deadline or by recognizing the reality of an actual deadline. Set deadlines. Why? Because when you set a deadline, you're more likely to accomplish it. Someone once asked me, when you do all this annual strategic planning, what happens if you don't get all of it done? I'm like, nothing. But when you write it down, you put it down, you have a deadline, you have dates that you want to accomplish by. If you don't accomplish it by that, you're way further along and down the path than if you didn't put that, that date of August 1st or, December 15th or whatever that is. Put down self-imposed or actual deadlines and watch what happens. 2 more from Dave Ramsey. Don't let your principles change, but frequently change your processes. Principles don't change. Processes may change as you embed them in this world of AI, in this world of constant systemization of things. Your processes may change, but your principles do not. And then lastly, perhaps my most favorite from Dave Ramsey, I've said this 1,000 times, is thoroughbreds like hanging out with thoroughbreds. Thoroughbreds do not like hanging out with donkeys. Donkeys are jack. Donkeys are the other name for donkeys, not good. Be a thoroughbred and hang out with other thoroughbreds. Thoroughbreds have blinders on. They eat the best food. They get equissage. They take care of their bodies. They rest really good. All of the things thoroughbreds do. Hang out with more thoroughbreds and watch what happens to your life, let alone your business. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. Number 9, Allie Brown. You're like, Allie Brown. Allie Brown helped change my business in 2005/6. I was part of her mastermind coaching program back in the infancy when I just learned about what the heck is a mastermind after I read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Allie Brown, based on the recommendation of Wayne Cotton, Wayne said, hey, Todd, you need to study this girl, Allie Brown. She can help you for the phase where you're at in your business. So I said, who's Allie Brown? I looked her up. She was having a workshop in Los Angeles in the midst of a build out that I was doing for an expansion of the business. It was bad timing. I went anyway. Sometimes the worst time is the best time. One of the things I learned at Allie's conference and instituted in my business was you must develop your list, your email list. Your email list is something they can never take from you. You covet it. You protect your email list. Instagram may change, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that could change. You could get hacked. You could lose all of it. Your email list is gold. So develop your list. We spent 3.5 days on one thing, how to develop an opt-in box on your website so that one could give the email to me. So if you're on my email list every Monday, I do an email. Every Monday without fail, I do an email, usually has this podcast in it. And I often put on some other either personal or business announcements or what things that are happening with the family, with myself, or personal type things. But that all stems from developing the list when I had 0 people on the list. That was 20 years ago. And now with a fairly robust list, the list is how I can communicate with you of, hey, we got this awesome, episode coming out or whatever it may be. Allie Brown also said, good is good enough. Stop being a perfectionist. Just get out good stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. And I am guilty of that because I am a perfectionist. Hello, my name is Todd Durkin. I am a perfectionist. Can anyone else admit that right now, just out loud in your streets as you're walking the dog? Just, state that, please. And I adopted that principle as sometimes good is good enough. Because I'm the one who finds when there's an extra space here, there's a spelling error. I'm like, relax. Okay, it's all going to be okay. Good is good enough. Money likes speed. Speed likes money. Money likes speed. Speed likes money. It's about taking action quickly, right? And then also, you're just like the 5 closest people you surround yourself with. So who are your 5? Who are the 5 people that you are most closely associated with, spend a lot of time with? Make sure those 5 people in your inner circle are people whom you want to be around. That is your ironclad group that sharpens you regularly. Your mentor may be one of them, or maybe you hire your mentor and they are serving you once or twice a month, but just make sure those 5 closest people to you that you're surrounding yourself with are really, really important. That's number 9. Allie Brown, thank you very much. Number 10, Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma. This brother has had a big, big, big impact on me as well, personally and professionally. I've read all his books. One of the first books I read, great book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. If you have not read the book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, you will love it. I'm just telling you, you'll love it. If you read it, you know what I'm talking about. He has this. Everyone is a leader without a title, regardless of your role within an organization. Everyone is a leader without a title. So make sure you treat yourself as a leader, regardless of whether you're a director of first impression, you are a coach, you are a teacher at the school, you are a leader. Number 2, with Robin Sharma. Again, he talks about surrounding yourself with world-class people and a world-class mindset, and you must run your own race. Run your own race. And this was big with Robin about your race. What is your race all about? What is ultimately the end of the day when you create your tombstone statement? What is your race all about? What is the legacy that you're going to leave behind? You've got to define that now. And then part of what I do in my mentoring, not only at the 3.5 day mentorship, but in my ongoing mastermind group. And by the way, people always get those two confused. My mentorship is my 3.5 day live mentorship. It's an actual event. My mastermind group is ongoing mentorship that I provide 12 months a year. But in that, we're always working on your legacy and your mission and your vision, how you can strategize for that, how you can run your own race to maximize the success and significance that you want. Another huge one with Robin, he also has the book, The 5 a.m. Club, and a program. But we talk about getting in your holy hour every day, your holy hour, whether that's your holy hour is 60 minutes or 30 minutes or 90 minutes or 2 hours. Your holy hour is your morning routine, whatever that looks like, whether you're getting time in faith, whether you're getting your workouts, you're getting quiet time, meditation, breath work, all of it. Getting your holy hour every day. And then the last thing with Sharma that I'll put down, again, I'm just giving you little nuggets to feed off of today. The most successful people live their life backwards. So how do you live your life backwards? Start with the end in mind. Where do you want to be? What's not only next, but where do you want to end up? And then let's reverse engineer back to how we're going to get there. And that, again, comes back to the whiteboard and what we're going to do to ultimately get to where we want to go. But that concept of living your life backwards actually makes a lot of sense. And I want to encourage anyone listening in today. I just got off a coaching call with someone about an hour prior to recording today's episode. And I had them write down their vision for the next 5 years as homework, that they can really remember why they're doing what they're doing, because they're in the middle of a very, very difficult and challenging season that they're in right now. And you often forget where you're going or where you want to go or the decisions you made to get you where you're at, because it's going to be ugly sometimes. It's going to be tough and challenging sometimes. It's not always going to be pretty. But when you can put your vision down on paper and reread it and reread it and reread it, then you're more likely to have success with that. So Robin Sharma, thank you very much. Number 11, Miles McPherson, Pastor Miles McPherson. Now, I've been going to the Rock Church since 1998. Literally, 1998 is when I met Pastor Miles. And I've developed a very close friendship with Pastor Miles as well. We do Bible study with our wives and a few other couples. He's been someone who's been instrumental in my spiritual growth and development, as well as a friend who I've leaned in on the tough times, like I shared back in my book called True Strength a few years back. But Pastor Miles has said a few things that really have touched me as a mentor as well. And he says this: someone always has it way worse than you, so stop feeling sorry for yourself. Did you get that? So if today, perhaps you're feeling a little sorry for yourself, you're feeling like, man, no one understands, someone out there has it way worse than you do. So stop feeling sorry for yourself, because someone is not going to be as happy as you are, or they'll trade places with you as well. And honestly, when it comes to the Bible, Pastor Miles has challenged me personally to, over the years, again, I've been with him for 28 years, is to memorize scripture and to go deeper in the word. And if you remember from my book, True Strength, I talk about tapping into the whispers. I talk about some of the time I spent with Pastor Miles in silence, journaling, just journaling what the whispers were telling me that I needed to do. And Pastor Miles has had tremendous impact on me as a man, as a husband, and of course, as a human being overall. So Pastor Miles, thank you, brother. I love you. Number 12, by the way, I do have one and then some, which will be my mom and dad, which I'll share after this. But I had to get these two in the number 12. It's 12A and 12B, because these are the two men who I started training back in the day. One is LaDainian Tomlinson, and B is Drew Brees. And Drew will be inducted into the Hall of Fame here in August of 26 in Canton, Ohio. But LaDainian, who I first started training in 2003, and trained for the better part of 10 years, LaDainian always said this: I want to train to be the best. I want to train to be the best. And he taught me the mindset of what it's like to be the best, because he was an NFL MVP in 2006, had an illustrious career. He also got inducted into the Hall of Fame a few years back, but he was always looking to create an edge. I learned a lot from him, and it was great to mentor him, but I also love, from a learning aspect, what he taught me as a very high, one of the world's best athletes. And then Drew Brees, who I still coach today, 23 years later. LaDainian brought Drew in 6 weeks after he started training. He brought his quarterback in, and next thing you know, we're training. And I have a lot of lessons I've learned from Drew, both when he was competing and now as a businessman and as a great father and husband on that. But he always said this: faith, fortitude, attitude, integrity, trust, and humility. The acronym FAITH: fortitude, attitude, integrity, trust, and humility. That word integrity sticks out to me with a guy like Drew Brees, because integrity is doing what is right when no one else is watching. What does the integrity have to say about you? How do you consistently build up the trust and the humility and the integrity in which you operate? So I can't wait to Canton this August, when Drew's, when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame and his bust is immortalized into perpetuity there for the NFL Hall of Fame. But those are two men who had tremendous impact on me. And while they may say that I'm a mentor to them, in many ways, they have mentored me in my ascent through the coaching and training career as well. So, LaDainian, Drew, thank you, boys. I love you, man. And I can't wait for Canton this August. And lastly, number 13. Well, one's from my mom and one's from my dad. I'm going to start with my mom because we lost her just April of 2025, a year ago. And she said something to me a long time ago, before I got married. And she said, a happy wife is a happy life. So make sure your wife is happy. I started laughing, like, Mom, that's good. Real good. A happy wife is a happy life. And I'm a lucky man. My wife, Melanie, is, man, I can't even tell you. Those of you who follow the show know what she means to our family and all that she does. But Mama Durkin, thank you for that wisdom, because you were a great, great role model for me in so many things that I do to this day. And then lastly, my father. My father passed away when I was just 20 years old. I was in college at William and Mary. He was just 58 years old, as mentioned earlier. And what he said is this: 90% of the things you worry about never happen. And the other 10% you can't do anything about anyway. So why worry? So why worry? Man, if I could have one more conversation with my dad, just one more, and say thank you, because I think about the worry that, she's, even since his passing, how many times I've worried about things that I can't control. How many times do we worry about things we can't control? And that worry eats us up. It causes angst or anxiety. It can cause depression, all the things that worry can do. And I think of that, and I refer back to my dad's statement many, many, many moons ago, in 1992, when he said that. He passed in February 92, but 90% of the things you worry about never happen. And the other 10% you can't do anything about anyway. So you can't do anything about it anyway. So why worry? Let's spend less time worrying. So my friends, today I wanted to share some lessons from my mentors as well. And if you don't have a mentor right now, well, today is the day that changes, because there's someone out there. There's a guy or gal who's already walked the path that you're trying to figure out. Reach out to them, study them, read their books, listen to their podcasts. If they have coaching programs or retreats, attend them. Go deeper. Instagram is not a good mentor. You can read just a nugget or two and then move on, but that's not really considered a mentor. Go deep. Have 2 or 3 or 5 mentors that you can really develop that relationship with. And the question is, do you need a mentor? The question is, well, are you humble enough to ask? And are you hungry enough to listen? Because all people need a great mentor and a great coach. And I hope today, with all of the mentoring that was going on, the wisdom from my mentors, the 13 plus mentors that I've had the opportunity to learn from and spend a lot of time with in, a lot of years. I hope that you got some great content information with all that as well. And I want to say thank you so much. If you could kindly do me a favor, if this was of value to you, can you please subscribe? Make sure you subscribe to this podcast, because when you're subscribed, you're guaranteed to continue to receive all of this great content for free. This is free. When you come to the mentorship or mastermind, it's not going to be free, but it's going to go deeper. But the podcast is something that we do and I do every week to help you go deeper in your own walk, personally and professionally. So make sure you're subscribed. Please give me a 5-star rating. And if you'd like to write a review on it, it helps us continue to climb the podcast charts. And that's something we're always looking to do so that we can create more impact as well. So thank you. God bless you. And until next time, what do you got to do? That's right. Train hard, eat right, live inspired, and go create impact.